On November the 12th, 2024, at the heart of Benin City, a new chapter in Edo State's history began. Thousands watched at the Samuel Okpebholo Stadium from their homes and online as Governor Monday Okpebholo and Deputy Governor Dennis Idahosa took their oaths of office. They promised a new Edo place of opportunity, growth and prosperity.
Today, you are officially giving me the mandate to preside over our dear state as governor for the next 4 years. We will not betray this confidence you have imposed in me and the Deputy Governor, Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa.
Brimming with passion for service and armed with information about critical areas in need of urgent intervention, the new government took off with enthusiasm. With a deep understanding of the state's challenges, the new administration hit the ground running, implementing bold reforms in key sectors such as agriculture, education, healthcare, infrastructure, security, and economic empowerment. For years, Edo people struggled with rising food prices driven by market unions fixing costs at will. The government responded swiftly, banning these unions, and the effect was almost immediate. Prices dropped and food became more affordable for everyone. Beyond this, Edo State moved decisively to boost agricultural productivity. The government signed an executive order to join the World Bank's Rural Access and Agricultural Marketing Project (RAM), unlocking funding for rural development. In addition to this, more than 1,700 farmers received financial support, with 500 million naira disbursed under the Livelihood Improvement Family Enterprises Life ND project. Another 1.6 billion naira was set aside to ensure that farmers across all local government areas benefit. And for market women, artisans, and small-scale entrepreneurs, an interest-free loan scheme was introduced, providing economic stability to more than 5,000 beneficiaries.
This is how it should be. A year to have we shall begin to process interest-free loan for people.
For years, Edo State, particularly Benin City, was plagued by cult violence, kidnappings, and instability. The new administration wasted no time in tackling these issues head-on. A bold crackdown on cult groups brought an immediate halt to the killings, making the last festive season one of the most peaceful in recent memory. To sustain this progress, the government passed a new cultism prohibition law with severe penalties for offenders.
Because of the transition, people took advantage and we had a lot of court wars, court killings. He adopted very strategic measures to bring to halt all these court killings that were taking place. And during the Yuletide season in December, we had a very peaceful, very calm city. And people testified that for a long time, we have never experienced this sort of calm and peace.
When you see that, foreign investors will start to come in to create job opportunity for our teammate youths. So we are saying that even with the law, we are still doing a lot of advocacy to tell the Edo people that we are going to shun anything that has to do with cultism, because this government really want to work for the interests of Edo people and for the progress of our dear state.
The government has encouraged synergy among the security agencies in the state, receiving vehicles and operational support, leading to successful rescue operations in Edo North, Edo Central, and Edo South.
I appreciate the governor's stance, the way you have taken off with us. I want to appreciate it, because just for a kidnap in a local government, in an environment in a local government, yesterday alone, you presented us with losses to combat it, and also financially. And I know that with the way you have started, and with God helping us, we're going to make the states unbearable for criminal elements.
The business is for us to fight the crime. Whatever you need to help and support, I'll be there to do it for you.
Less than 100 days, he has bought over 40 losses that is going to give to the relevant security agencies in Edo State to combat crime.
You can contrast this with the policy of the last administration where rickety Toyota Siennas were provided for a lot of the security agencies, and most of them break down and most of them don't have the capacity to combat criminals.
The Edo State Security Corps was reconstituted. A massive mop-up operation saw illegal firearms recovered. But security isn't just about fighting crime, it's about prevention. The government established the Public Safety Response Team, ensuring Edo remains a safe place for residents and businesses. Good health is the foundation of progress. Governor Okpebholo's administration wasted no time in launching 192 modern primary health care centers across Edo wards.
This structure right here is already general hospital, 3 floors. We have a theater, we have offices, we have male and female ward, gynae ward, surgical ward, and etc. So this is one of this landmark of His Excellency's achievement. There are 2 other primary care health centers, so 3 altogether, like almost 6 of them. But one in this locality is 3.
Recognizing the burden of malaria, the government introduced free malaria testing and treatment for the next 2 years, lifting a major financial strain off residents.
Over the next 2 years, we aim to ensure 80% of pregnant women receive malaria prevention medication. 2, 95% of the people with fever for malaria. 3, reduce infant death caused by malaria to below 10%.
We added another name to the governor. We said it's Okpebholo Healthcare. So as it affects the citizens of Edo State, anything healthcare, we're in for it.
Free malaria treatment and testing. For the next 2 years, all government hospitals in Edo State will receive patients and treat them for malaria.
To make this happen, malaria testing and treatment will be free at all government hospitals and clinics in Edo State.
And in a groundbreaking move, Edo became home to Nigeria's first National Obstetrics Fistula Center in the South-South, a project that had been stalled for years until Governor Okpebholo stepped in.
Today, in about 3 months, what we could not get done in 24 months has been done.
This is something that belongs to South-South, based in Edo, that Edo people will benefit from. I have no reason than to grant whatever he required to take off.
Good roads and efficient transport systems fuel economic growth. Recognizing this, the government revitalized Edo Line, commissioning 100 new hires buses for safer and more reliable transport.
The governor has made his promise, has fulfilled his promise, because before he came in, he told us that he was going to improve transportation in Edo. And about 100 buses has been purchased by the governor and to ease the transportation system for Edo people.
Beyond transportation, the administration has commenced the construction of several key roads across the state, including Iruaho, Ile-Uhu Road in Esan Central Local Government Area, Irua-Ile, Isemuhu Road, Uhe-Uzia Road in Esan Northeast Local Government Area, Temboga-Ekiwa Road, Benin City, which hitherto has been plagued and ravaged by perennial erosion menace for years, that residents live in constant fear, especially during the rainy season. It gets more worrisome when there is a heavy downpour. Residents hold their hearts in their hands.
He has rescued the people of Ekiwa from torture and torment. We have been suffering, our children have been suffering. At times, if it rains here, I would think that rapture wants to take place. Everywhere will be filled with flood and the rest.
And many even vacate their homes for fear of being overridden by the forceful floods, which create a huge gully that tends to swallow everything in its path. Successive administrations have come and gone without doing much to tackle this menace, but it takes a leader with the eyes of the future who understands the pulse and expectations of his people and feels what they feel to hearken to their pleas and cries.
So by the time we feel it, we can reclaim the land in front of him.
Kudos to the visionary, purposeful and people-oriented leadership of Senator Monday Okpebholo for embarking on the construction of the Temboga-Ekiwa Road, as reclaiming of lost areas is evident and will certainly bring a sigh of relief to the Temboga axis and its environs.
I said, thank you, Mr. Governor. Thank you, because we never believed we will get what we are getting today in this area. Today we are happy, and tell people the community is happy.
Is it about 200 days? For me, just like yesterday. In fact, he has done well. He has come to this community for more than 5 times since he assumed office, and I'm so grateful.
Bless you. Forward, you will go in Jesus' name.
These and more are projects the government has taken on. Perhaps the most ambitious project is the first ever flyover in Benin City, which began shortly after the new government took office.
Rama Park is a gateway to Benin City and other parts of the country. Therefore, Rama Park flyover will provide a new ease of life for motorists in Benin City.
A development eagerly anticipated by residents and stakeholders.
This project, when they do so, we appreciate, because since when we take those states, we never see this kind of thing. And I pray, may God give them more power to do this flyover. We appreciate and well, because he do a great thing. My pastor that from beginning, now they will know who want dance well.
Okpebholo have started well. The beginning is good, the middle will be good, and the end shall be very good. So he compared with other governors. So his own is it's an incomparable something. So we are very grateful.
Governor Okpebholo and his team have brought tremendous transformation to the education sector in less than 100 days in office. Ambrose Ali University, which has suffered years of neglect, has seen a subvention increase from 41 million naira to 500 million naira. The institution has also reinstated illegally disengaged staff and recruited new academic and non-academic personnel.
Let's make way for His Excellency the Governor of the State, Senator Monday Okpebholo.
Education is the bedrock of development, and Agosali University holds a special place in the history of Edo State. One of the first was to increase the university monthly subvention from 41 million to 500 million. Recently, we are able to clear the backlog of the medical students, leading to 126 graduates. A testament to what is possible when we commit to making change.
For many years, the medical students that graduated, they were not given the certificate to practice. Mr. Governor swung into action. He went to Abuja through his Commissioner for Education. And as we speak today, they have been given the right to practice.
He has given approval for the employment of 100 teachers for the vocational colleges. So it's a good thing. It's another breath of fresh air because we now have the ample opportunity to get in more hands, skilled, that will pass on the required knowledge to citizens of Edo State.
At the primary and secondary levels, the government has begun renovating dilapidated schools, ensuring that students no longer have to learn in crumbling classrooms.
You go at my right side now, you see that another massive project, about 5 classrooms and headmaster's office, toilet, gatehouse. You can even still see the fence, everything.
The construction ongoing, left, right, center, we are happy. Ile community, we are grateful. All my teachers, we are grateful. On behalf of the pupils, we are grateful. We say thank you, sir.
In a bold move to reform governance, the administration has ended the use of consultants in civil service roles, returning these responsibilities to public servants.
One of the first things Mr. Governor did when he assumed office as governor was to disengage those permanent secretaries who were appointed by the last administration from outside of the public service. You know, I said earlier that Mr. Governor believes, and he says it very frequently, that the work of the civil servants must be done by civil servants. And so they were disengaged, and in their stead, the governor appointed new permanent secretaries from within the service.
Aside from these projects, the Edo State government has been tackling many other issues head-on. Our strong desire to ensure inclusivity and access to governance and services has led to the government's establishment of Edo State Commission for Persons with Disabilities. It has handled the passage and implementation of Edo State Electricity Regulatory Commission law, which empowers the state to generate, transmit, and distribute power. A clean Edo is one of the government's pursuits. To achieve this, it has purchased payloaders, trucks, and compressors for the Edo State Waste Management Agency. The government put a clean stop to the exploitation of cleaners by consultants by approving the direct employment of over 500 cleaners into Edo State public service on minimum wage, providing them job security.
A memo came to His Excellency to approve a payment for a particular consultant, and he asked a question: why do we need a consultant for cleaning buildings? They said, oh, that is how we have been doing it. He said, no, I need to speak to the cleaners. How much are they being paid? 17,000, 15,000. He said, why? You know, so what he did was to say, instead of giving one consultant that huge amount of money, he would use the money to hire the cleaners themselves, bring them into the service, give them job security, make them benefit from insurance and so many other benefits of being a public servant in the state.
And so they are earning 70,000 naira minimum wage, each of those people. And the security of the appointment is now, of course, a lot better, because for a contractor who was employing these workers, if any of them offended him, he would be sacked immediately. But for a civil servant, because what the governor has now done is that every cleaner has now become a civil and public servant. And therefore, you don't just wake up and say they should go. There is a process for asking the civil servant and the public servant to go.
If you look at it, you see that that philosophy is what drives him. Taking back what belongs to Edo people and giving it back to Edo people, instead of giving it to a selected few who are just benefiting from it themselves and their cronies.
The administration has also launched a soft skills training program for over 20,000 civil servants, covering leadership, teamwork, and communication to improve workplace efficiency. The government's commitment to economic growth is evident in its collaboration with the World Bank to disburse grants to over 400 small and medium business owners, helping them scale their businesses. In another major win, the administration facilitated the signing of a $300 million NNPC condensate refinery deal, expected to boost the state's economy. All these efforts have contributed to a remarkable achievement. The new policies and programs the government introduced, as well as professionalism deployed by key stakeholders, no doubt contributed to the increase in internally generated revenue, IGR, from 6 billion naira to 10 billion naira, marking the first time ever that IGR will hit double digit in the history of Edo State.
We'll continue to see a continuous increase in internal generated revenue, not to impose taxes on our citizens, but what he's doing is to block all the loopholes to ensure that some of these resources that are supposed to be in the hands of other people are in the coffin of the government. Once that is done, we'll be able to have enough resources to fund all these projects and policies and programs.
Regarding the state's judiciary, the new administration made a bold move by swearing in 3 judges who were previously excluded from taking office by the Obaseki administration, despite their confirmation by the National Judicial Council.
In my inauguration speech, I made a promise to look into the case. Today, we have the privilege to right the wrong. The 3 judges will now have the opportunity to sit with their colleagues to discharge their duties as beacon of hope.
We commend the governor for wasting no time in swearing in the remaining 3 judges who faced an unfortunate scenario under the past administration. By that singular action, Senator Monday Okpebholo, His Excellency, demonstrated that he is ready to reposition Edo State, especially in the area of justice delivery and the rule of law.
In addition, the government has reviewed the retirement age of magistrates.
It's a good thing for the judiciary that we still have those kind of capable hands around for the next 5 years, and obviously it will impact on those coming after them. So that's another very commendable effort by His Excellency, which we appreciate deeply.
Within its first 100 days in office, the new administration resolved the dispute over the Benin artifacts with the Edo State government under former Governor Godwin Obaseki. In a clear show of respect for tradition, the governor restored the full statutory rights of the revered Oba of Benin. With this move, the current administration acknowledges the vital role traditional rulers play in fostering peace and security at the grassroots level.
Royal feathers are very strong instrument of internal security because they are the ones that know visitors and the indigenous that live in that community. I have started, if you listen to news a few days ago, where we restored the full right to the Oba of Benin.
You see what he has done. As soon as he came in, he tried to redeem some of all those things that were done regarding the institution, particularly from the Oba of Benin. You know, this issue of the artifact and all that, and he restored all the rights and benefits of the Oba of Benin and the respect and prestige of that office. I know the Oba of Benin is our father, and what touches him touches all of us. And of course, we went to see, pay courtesy call on him. He didn't know us bar. He discussed freely with us, something we have not enjoyed for quite some time. So he has shown from the very beginning that he wants to run an inclusive government. I am a Muslim. For the first time, we are seeing somebody who does not discriminate, regardless of your gender, of your religion. We are so happy to be part of this administration.
I said the way he started as a son of the individual. He's not being known as the son of the rulers. The way he started, he's going to end it well. And by inshallah, he's going to repeat this one after the 4 years.
The Governor Okpebholo administration is moving at an impressive pace, tackling long-standing challenges and introducing reforms that promise to shape Edo State's future. As the journey continues, all eyes remain on how these ambitious policies and programs will unfold in the months ahead.
I can assure you this man has grace of God. And the way things are going, we thank God we took the right decision.
When you see the genuineness in Monday Okpebholo, you will understand where we are coming from. He's somebody who has passion to develop the state.
Within the 100 days in office, our governor has been able to fulfill all these programs, policies, and projects. You will know that the right person is in the helm of affairs, which Edo people were clamoring for. And truly, a new Edo has risen under distinguished Senator Monday Okpebholo, the executive governor of Edo State.